welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have another interview today. We've been, I say we, but it's more like I have been going through these interviews pretty quickly, actually 3 days in a row. This is the third one.
Wow.
So I am joined.
Isn't that neat?
I'm joined by Mason and Dylan, two of our Rocket League players. Dylan, I think you've been here. Everyone has asked me about this one. I think you've been here for about 10 years, and everyone has wanted me to bring that up, so.
It's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Definitely.
It might be
It might
12.
be.
I'm actually not sure.
That's
He
probably
was supposed to
closer.
graduate in 1986 originally.
Yeah.
Took a couple leave of absences, came back to the school.
He's actually the one who started the program because he was here for so long. He wanted something else to do.
I was here before it ever existed.
Dave's father.
He's Dave's father. Alright, so obviously you guys have both been here, as we just said. You guys have both been here for a few years now. You're both seniors. Well, Dylan, you're senior number 7, like maybe. So
Pretty much spot on.
So
Can't argue with that.
what is your guys' like perspective on that? Like how, especially when it comes to this program, like you guys have been here since basically the start. So how is that, like how has the development of the program kind of been over time for
You want me to start this off, Mason, with my freshman year?
Please, Dylan.
Alright, so my freshman year, I walked onto the program, whatever. Learned about it through a couple of my friends that I lived with in Vic Roy.
Vicky.
Vic Roy on the
Vic.
first floor, yeah. So most of them don't go here anymore. Obviously, most of them either graduated or dropped out of the school.
They're all retirement age.
Give a shout out to Tom Yanis.
Tommy Yanis.
Surprisingly, you're not the first one to bring up Tom.
Him and John Ballotins. Those were the two that kind of got me into the program. And Kate Cassie. I put Kate in there too. But yeah, so I kind of came into the program. Not sure what I was really expecting. Honestly, I came in the tryouts expecting that I was going to get throttled because I did not think I was very good. I was like, I think C2, C3 at the time. And I ended up going down and playing with Pyro Decimation, which is Trevor. What was his last name?
Shit. It's something funky.
It's something.
It is. It's an odd last name. We just looked it up the other day.
Flickinger.
Yeah, Trevor Flickinger. And Sparkster, which was Justin. I don't remember his last name.
Justin Nag.
What year?
No.
No, not Ned. That's not him.
So what year is this? Like 2014?
Yeah. 2018 is when I came into the school. So, obviously, like I said, I expected to get blown out of the water when I showed up. And I realized that, don't mean to be mean, but they were awful. So they were both probably like plat players at the time. So I went through tryouts with a breeze. I didn't even really do that well in tryouts, but it was much better than anything they could do. So that was kind of like the start. I immediately got on the team. Jordan loved me for some reason. Dave loved me. So that was kind of like my start of the program here. Played throughout the first year. Ended up having a roster change going into the spring semester of that season with Luke. The wonderful crew that I got to work with, got to play with. I mean, it was some interesting experiences for the first semester, but then that's when I learned about this amazing man coming in as a recruit for my sophomore year, and things kind of took a big change once he came. Why don't you go ahead, Mason?
Oh yeah, baby. First ever. I'm not calling myself an athlete. I'm sorry, Harold. I get out of breath when I tie my shoes nowadays. But yeah, dude. First scholarship. They reached out. I submitted the esports application form. Go check that out if you're good at Rocket League, and if you think you're good, you're probably not. I'm sorry.
Thank you for
Yeah,
plugging my form.
Pretty much just got in contact with those gentlemen here, Daddy Dave, Sexy Jordan, and Ball Joe.
Can't forget Joe.
Ball Joe, baby.
Wait, wasn't he the head coach at the time you came in?
He was.
Maybe.
He was.
He was the head coach.
He was head coach. I was gonna say, if we ever saw them, they were on one of their 3-hour lunches, just sitting down in the esports room talking.
Yeah, Dave, you watch this, man. Jordan's lunches my freshman year, unproductive.
Jordan working throughout the day, non-existent.
Not a chance.
Me and Mason would go sit down in the office for 2 hours.
Dude,
and
half
Jordan
of the
would not do
IT
work.
staff wasn't working that year. What do you mean? None of them were doing
All
anything.
Joe did was drink Monster every day, and that was about it.
Joe's Mountain Dew cans that
Mountain
he had to
Dew.
do.
You remember? Did you guys? I would imagine you did, because my first experience here was with Joe, and
that's all. Oh, wow.
That's
Dude,
unfortunate
no,
for you.
bro, literally, do you see this cabinet back here behind us? Bro, he had a whole shelf.
Dude, you're
just
telling
Mountain
us.
Dew.
You're
Yeah,
telling
I
us.
know.
We
We got to
experienced
see it get built,
firsthand.
man.
Bro, it
there
was
the
all
magic
Mountain
was
Dew.
written.
Joe is my coach coach now, and like, dude, he literally
He's
had a
Joe
whole thing
Slater.
like that with like 5 different rows, and it was just Mountain Dew. When I walked in as a high school student, he's playing RuneScape. And I looked at the back of his thing. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, this
Joe
guy's
Slater.
so
We ask that question every time we talk to Joe. So
Yeah. No, but my freshman year, we actually were pretty decent. You already interviewed Rob, right?
I did.
did
yeah.
you ask him anything about Rocket League?
He actually brought it up himself. So
He remembers
That's awesome.
But
So
yeah,
touching.
no, yeah, pretty much. Came in freshman year. At one point, we were number 1 for NACE in the entire nation.
at
Then
one
we
point-
got scammed by Boise State.
Because we had to play on West
We
servers.
said, can we switch the server? The rule said you could switch the servers after you lost, and we lost game 1. We're like, can we switch? They said, no. Then we lost every game by like 1. Then we just ran the NACE comp. That's the only league we did back then, NACE.
Yeah.
We did CRO quals, but we got
Yeah.
Slammed.
slammed.
In NACE, we almost qualified. We almost made it to a LAN in Atlanta at their
Yeah.
DreamHack thing. We had to beat Aquinas, which
Aquinas had
they
the
haven't
esports
even.
program?
Aquinas, yes, they do. They still have. They
They
had an
were
esports
good.
program then. They still do. I was gonna say at the time their skill level was good, but they have not improved since then. They're pretty much the
They're the
exact same
same
skill
no,
level.
exact skill level.
Yeah, that's what I was
And-
gonna ask. Like, I didn't know. I knew that they were a program now because our team 2 played them last semester and like rolled them. But
Yeah, no,
now
same
it's, like,
skill level.
Yeah, they're like the same skill level, like a C3, GC1 team, and it shows a lot about how much the game's kind of changed since me and Mason first started here.
Yeah.
The chances of CRL back then were actually like feasible, and nowadays
It's
I
all
don't know.
fucking pro players, dude.
If we were good enough, it would be
Yeah.
feasible. I don't know if we won a single qualifier game ever back then.
You're getting DFR'd every single wall,
Essentially.
basically.
yeah, wasn't fun.
I mean, now, look at you guys now. I mean, you're winning trophies. You guys have brought 2 home already. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I've actually brought one.
Needless to say, best team on campus.
best team on
Best
campus.
esport on campus. If you're watching it, listen,
I'm waiting for every team to say that.
No, who's gonna say it? Call of Duty?
Val.
No.
Val can't
Valorant.
say it. You see how Val's
Valorant.
performing
Listen,
so far
listen to
this
Valorant.
season?
We went down there and they were bitching at each other up a storm because they were getting destroyed. That's all they get destroyed.
You guys
That's
are
it.
still on challengers, and that's the difference.
If we were in champs, we'd hang.
Would you would be
Promise you.
so the
Promise
thing that I always bring up with that is like Valorant currently plays against like Radiant 99, Radiant like 80.
That's what my rank
Like,
is
are you
in
guys
Valorant,
playing
so-
like? Are you playing like against SSL like number 2 or something? Like, am I missing that?
SSL number 2?
I don't know if
That's
the
wild.
SSL. Yeah.
The
Do they have
skill
the
level.
top 250 leaderboard by the way, or whatever, like top 500?
Top 100. It's not.
Yeah, they do,
it's
they
not
do
separate.
top 100, and the thing is, most of those are pro players.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at the Valorant scene and the Rocket League scene is much different because
It's
the pro
tough,
teams in Rocket League, like
It's
a lot of those pro
skill
teams
difference.
are also in college or even younger than us. I don't know how many Valorant teams in like the collegiate scene are pros.
Like full stack pros.
full
Yes,
stack
like a full
pros?
stack pro team,
I
not
don't-
just like 1 or 2.
I don't know if Fisher. I don't know like where their guys are.
Fisher probably.
There's a
is.
lot of
Yeah,
the.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Fisher's
Yeah,
Rocket
yeah.
League team is.
There's a
But just
lot
using
of.
that for example, like
yeah.
a lot of the teams in Rocket League, a lot of those top schools are either pro teams or bubble teams,
Oh, dude, the craziest thing
and
about
they're
like
full stack.
Valorant, Northwood, they have not lost a collegiate match yet. They
Ever?
play in NECC, in NACE, and in like CVAL, and they even played in the Red Bull tournament that was like international. Have not lost a single match.
This semester, or, like all time.
When you say
all
match,
time.
are you mean like a series or like
Yeah, a series. Yeah,
like
they've lost like
have they dropped maps and stuff
they've
like
dropped I think 2 or 3 maps, and they're like
that?
28
That's so crazy.
28-0 in series, by the way, or something like that. And it's like they've dropped like 2 maps.
That's the thing. A lot of those like top college schools, like you said, Northwood, Fisher, Indian River State. A lot of those schools, they're good at a lot of things because they literally pay for their players to come.
No, yeah, no. I mean, also.
Check out his Twitter. You can see all about.
Oh
it.
Yeah.
no, I'm angry at those guys every day, man. Like, it's tough, but like I mean, the fact that we're a school that just like barely pays people. In fact, Dylan, you probably don't even have scholarship. Mason, I know you do. I know I do, but like half of our starters don't even have a scholarship, and yet we're still competing with schools like that.
We're just here to have fun.
That's a great
That's why
way
we
to
drop
think about it.
games.
Anyway,
Schools have
that
fun.
I was trying to go somewhere with that comment about how like a lot of the top like Rocket League teams are pro teams
Yeah.
because you said about how we're in challengers.
Yeah, they
you
did
saw
the
you
cha-
saw how
champions,
everything got
yeah.
moved around this semester.
Oh my God! Seeing the have you guys looked at the champs division?
I've not.
It is just all CRL teams. It's just CRL scrim warm-ups.
Exactly.
Like it's just CRL.
That was my
warm-up,
point
bro.
because they even dropped a bunch of the really good teams, like a couple SSL teams. Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure. RMU, I'm not saying. I think they were a champ. Were they a champs team last semester? Do you know?
I don't even know if they played.
They might not have played, but I think they were.
RMU's pretty good because they're in our division now.
We'll beat 'em.
Mason's good friends with one of them. Rep.
Good friends is crazy.
Used to be good friends.
Good friends is
Used to be good friends. Used to talk a lot, and then also like Ethan MP4, very good, very consistent player.
TikToker.
Very
He's a
very
TikTok
popular
guy.
Has like
TikToker.
half a
Ethan
million
MP4, yeah.
followers.
He's pretty good, very consistent. A little slow, but like I said, really consistent with his gameplay. So
Yeah. So, kind of going back to like what I was talking about earlier with like the program in general and stuff. Like, what were some of the things that you guys are seeing like when you first came into it? Because like Robbie and Colin had both mentioned some characters. I feel like I need to hear it from you guys too.
You know who Jake Triano is?
Vaguely.
Brandon Kemery,
Brandon Kemery.
Ryan DeGroot,
I didn't meet.
Tom
I've only
Yanis,
talked to Ryan
Shane
once.
Keck.
You never got to meet the group. No, like Triano was a wild boy, man. He would.
he would do some unspeakable things to our coach.
Yeah, poor old Jordy. Jordy
no.
was fending for his life. He
Jordan
would
at the
wear
time was probably
bulletproof
about
vest.
5, not even 5, 4'8".
4'8", 95
I was gonna say
pounds.
maybe 95 pounds.
Actually, no. Jordan was heavier. Jordan's like shredded now. But no
He
man.
has good gym.
Jake would just walk in there. Jake was a big fella. Jake lost a lot of weight by the time he graduated, but
He
Jake
was a little chunky when he first came in.
yeah,
Big
Jake cost
boy.
8 elixir, dude. So he would walk in the esports room, turn the lights off, and just like throw Jordan on the ground and just lay on top of him.
Well,
And Jordan would be like, Jake, get off me! Just like, if you ever meet Jordan, Jordan's not terribly scary, so Jake didn't care. Jake would just lay on him for
Sorry,
like half an hour, and
There's nothing Jordan can do about
Jordan just kind of had to accept
just gotta
it. You know?
take it.
Did you guys see the picture of Ryan, by the way?
Right, who to Groot?
Yeah.
That's it.
He made it to the military?
He
Oh my
graduated.
god! I thought this was a bit.
No, this is not a bit.
He
This
did
is
say
an
he did say
actual-
when he left the
Wow.
school that he was gonna go. So
Yeah.
He was Andrew Kierce's. You
Yeah.
gonna interview him, right? Andrew Kierce's first roommate.
I mean, it'll be a miracle if he comes in. Sorry, Andrew, but you dead ass know that, and I know that it's gonna be a grind to just get you into this room with me.
He's so busy, huh?
Well, I'm having him and Ethan come in actually. Ethan.
Ethan?
He's gonna be on campus that day.
Mr.
So,
Filbert.
thankfully.
continuing on with that conversation about some characters that
Yeah.
we've seen. How about Tom Yanis, Shane Keckman,
Tom Yanis-
sleeping in the room?
Tommy Yanis was he probably had the highest GPA we've ever seen on the team. I think it was like negative 468. Tom Yanis,
What a guy.
like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, the odds of you winning Powerball 3 times in a row is higher than him doing one assignment.
I vaguely know Tom. I talked to him a little bit like off and on and stuff, and he's an interesting guy. But man,
Georgia Southern boy.
no, he doesn't go there. I don't know if I don't know what happened. I didn't ask him, but
He probably failed out.
no, that's what I was getting to. But like, I don't know. There's no way he graduated, right? There's just no way.
No.
Like
No.
Tom, I love you, dude.
If he's in
but,
school
like,
still, he's maybe a sophomore.
Listen, Tom, amazing COD player, the worst, worst
all
person academically.
right, COD player.
the worst
okay?
student of all time. Man.
Yeah, worst student of all time, but one of the best COD
You
players
put that
I've ever
kid up.
played with.
You put that kid up against Chippy Johnson.
Riley Chippy Johnson. It's over.
Done. Riley
Done.
Chippy Johnson's a freak on them sticks.
Listen, I said one of the best players I've played with. You gotta remember, I was
Oh.
on our little interim COD team that we had for the spring of
when did you
Black
play
Ops 4.
COD?
the spring of my freshman year.
Is that
We-
Black Ops 4?
Yes, it was.
Dude, oh my god. That's the one game I didn't watch collegiately.
I love playing Black Ops 4. It was actually really fun. It was one of the last time I think I've ever grinded at Call of Duty, and I joined the team with it was Tom and a couple of other guys that were here, obviously. But then we officially got a team coming in at sophomore, and I just did not want to play anymore because I did not enjoy my time with the team.
There's some interesting people
I also
there.
played spring my freshman year.
Yeah.
I had to take Tommy Yanis' spot because he had a like 0.4 GPA.
Yeah, you played an
And this is not
FW.
like a. He's not exaggerating here when he says.
No,
I think
no,
actually
he's
0.4
not.
is actually literally higher. I think it was like 0.28.
I'm pretty sure that's what it
Was
was.
it 0.28?
I believe 0.28.
He had like all F's on like a D minus or something crazy.
Like just something else. I don't know how. Your freshman year, it is the
You don't even have to do anything half
You
the
literally just
time.
have to show up. Showing up gets you enough.
What was his major? I think it was Digicom too.
Yeah,
He was Digicom. Or no, he was business and then he switched to Digicom.
Oh my god.
He went from easier to easiest.
He went from easier to easiest. And he still had like a .28.
You literally just have to go
That's
to
insane.
class. The issue is he never left the room.
Yeah.
He slept down there.
Yeah.
A few people did. That was quite an issue. You know, we had the Kickstand Keck on the Rocket League team. He was on the Rocket League team for like 4 days.
4
But he
days.
lived
Yeah.
down there for 3 months.
He was probably on the team for about 2-3 weeks ish, and then we decided we'd rather play with Roberti Bonacci.
Robert Leon
Robert.
Bonakai. The GOAT.
So I've asked everyone this so far. Were you in the room when Brandon took all of the COD setups and moved them? Were you in the room at this time?
In the room, no, but we went down after. We were there right before, because we'd go down at like midnight every day. Go to C-Store
Yeah.
first, because C-Store was open late. Grab
Back when the
something.
school was actually a little bit better.
No, yeah, when it was open at like
Yeah.
midnight. Now it's
When
open
you could
until
actually get
10.
food whenever you wanted to,
Yeah,
instead of only having
Turkey Hill was open
meals
24 hours.
Yeah, dude.
Life was just better, honestly.
Honestly,
just better.
much. But yeah, we went down there. We probably leave like 2-3 o'clock. This happened at like 3:30 in the morning. So we go down the next day and we see it's just moved. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was funny as hell.
So obviously at the
And-
time, everybody was getting annoyed with the COD team because they would go down, and any time that they would play in the main area, they would just be screaming and yelling the entire time, and everybody kind of had enough of it. I kind of knew a little bit about that it was gonna happen. I did not help with it. I did not condone the activities.
I wish I
but
would help.
I did.
I wish I would have helped.
But
Like, it was so funny.
I did know that it was gonna happen. Brendan did bring it up and said that he was
He was
gonna move
done.
everything, and I was like, I wasn't opposed to the idea. They were annoying.
Who was the team at that time? Was it Brian, Chris, Kierson? Ethan was not around, right?
Ethan was on the team.
Oh, he was.
Ethan, Kears, Brian,
Chris.
It had to have been Chris. That's the main
Chris.
reason.
Yeah,
It was five.
Yeah,
It was
because
Modern Warfare. It was
I brought
fives.
in Brian and Chris from the
And
baseball team.
one more.
Tom wasn't around.
No, Tom left. I don't think it was.
Peter?
I want to say Peter, because it was
It
there
had
was
to have
4
been
and me,
Peter.
and then I felt bad
Because you took Tom's spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they were gonna kick Peter off. And I was like, well, Peter's on the team, bro.
I'm a Rocket League guy.
Yeah.
So, Mason, you were like the first actual recruit for this program, at least as far as I know of. I even got to see like
Cade was recruited.
Cade may have been.
Mason was the first
Cade
one
was
that got
a-
recruited on scholarship.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah.
So like, how was that whole process? Because they had like a whole thing for it.
Oh boy, are you gonna edit this at all? Or you just throwing up raw footage?
I
I can get you the picture, and you can see the picture of little Jordan.
no,
standing
yeah,
on
I'll
the side.
throw any picture in there.
Yeah, they went
That's
to it.
fine.
I pretty much. They're like, yo, we're coming to your school. We're doing a signing day. Dave's like, we can do this at lunch. And I'm like, Dave, we do not need to do it at lunch.
Harold, how close do I need to be to this camera for it to show up a picture?
Well, I can just show the picture in post.
Can you? Because I have a picture pulled up right here.
Just send it to me and I'll put it in
Alright.
post.
It's a great picture. Yeah, then I came here for
If you look here, we got nice
little
little
Jordy.
little
Oh.
Jordy.
Yeah, this is the one that I've seen.
Everybody thought this was like a player on the Rocket League team or like a high school student. That's the coach. Poor Jordan. I'm so sorry.
Then we got
Bald
Joe,
Joe.
Bald Joe,
Still down the
Dave.
hair.
He still
But-
actually has less hair.
Yeah, somehow.
I hope Dave watches this because I have one word that's gonna make him very upset. Dave, you're a boomer.
You are a boomer. You're old.
No, yeah, I have another year here and you're a boomer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. LVC
If
Live,
you-
I came and stopped in and I talked to Dave and I'm like, all right, we'll set it up. Then they came down to Middletown Area High School after school one day.
Didn't they say
Did
they wanted
that.
to do it during your lunch?
Yeah, they did. They
And
said,
Mason's like, yeah.
I'm like, that's, you know what? What if we
It's a
don't
little
do
wild.
that?
A
we
little
don't do
wild.
that.
That's a bit too far.
That's-
a step in
yeah,
the
but-
wrong direction.
Yeah, and then the news was there. I had to get interviewed for the news. That was a little wild. But
Like that was a whole production they had.
they
Going.
came to my house and took a picture of me playing Rocket League in my room. That was crazy. But yeah, it was a pretty decent production. There's also a video somewhere. I think it's on like the LVC official channel.
It probably is
Like,
something.
not even esports, like the colleges.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's it. Gave me a jersey. Still have it. Sweatshirt. Still have it. Because we got new jerseys.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still have all my old stuff
Mhm.
laying around.
Yeah, that I don't know. We've never done that since. Actually, I was supposed to have the same thing for some reason. Dave said he was gonna do all that for me too. For God knows
Did they
what
ever
reason.
watch you play Call of Duty before?
That was my
They
question
couldn't.
because I told Dave. This is the craziest thing.
Did you tell me you were...
Dave, I literally, if you don't remember, I swear to God, I remember. I told you I was coming in as a coach for this team. I was not, or coming in to like coach this team. I was not coming in to play. And then you told all the players that I was like this god tier player. Dude, I was dog shit. I'm still dog shit. I can't even get out of bronze in MW2. And
You would put clips in the chat in the Discord before you came here, and
they were not.
I literally thought that you were like blindfolded with a straight jacket on.
No, that's.
Harold has the hands of a senior citizen.
Why do you think I'm doing this and not playing?
Oh, I know why. You're not good.
Yeah, I
But-
know. Yeah,
And now you're the
exactly.
sub for every single team. In
I am.
existence.
You literally are on every team. He's on,
After
he's on Rocket League Team 3, and he's awful, but
Dude, I'm actually.
it's okay.
I don't want to expose
He's gonna say
it,
that
but
he's higher
I'm the
ranked than two of the
I
players.
am the second highest rank on that team, which is crazy.
I'm not going to talk about our Team 3, but I believe it. I'll just say that.
No, but yeah, but they are.
I love my team three
I
guys.
love them though.
The
Yeah,
boys.
I love you guys. You guys are great.
Matt Shelley, the roommate goat.
That really good. Yes, seriously. Yeah, I think.
Weak.
I'm gonna need to like. I'm gonna need to pull up a that screenshot that shows like on the athletics website. Have you guys seen that? Where it shows like what team every person's on. Mine just has like 7 of them on there because it's just like I'm the sub for like every single team. Here, let me pull it up. It's so weird too. Like you look at like everyone and they have like 1, maybe 2 teams. Like I know Andrew's like Andrew Seneca. He's like Valorant and like R6. And then you just see my name, and it has like every single game that we offer.
What? You gotta go on
Not
Smash
a league team.
somehow.
You gotta do league and Smash, league and fighting games.
I am no. I think I'm good.
We got some characters. There used to be some more
There used
interesting
to be
characters in the
some-
fighting games.
There used to be some cowboys.
Did you guys know like any
Fighting
of,
games.
any
One
of
of
the,
my favorite fighting games player of all time was back during my freshman year. Mason got to experience him a little bit. Albert and Daryl.
Albert? No, my favorite was Dalton.
Oh yeah, Dalton's
Dalton
pretty cool
was
too.
awesome.
Listen, I got to talk to Albert a few times, watching him play some very funky fighting games on his computer. I don't even know what the games were.
He was a freak at those games.
He was just insane. He would hop on any fighting game that exists in the world. This man just rolled, and I'm like, cool. I'm like, you go at it, man.
Did you guys ever meet the kid that brought in like the whole board thing for like fighting games? It had like a joystick on it, the 2 like buttons and stuff.
No.
When
I have no clue what you're talking about.
So I
heard
jobbed.
this.
I'll see if I can find a picture of like one of them. But like not my freshman year, when I was still in high school, I job shadowed Dave, which that may have been a terrible decision. It may have been a good decision. I don't know. It may have been equal.
What does he do all day?
I mean, that day, like I sat in his office and then I met Joe, which was not about the same experience. Just he was playing. He's like the first thing that Joe says to me, and I know he's the COD coach at this point. He's like, "Yeah, go meet COD coach Joe." And I walk into his office. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be playing RuneScape. I'm kind of paying attention to what you're saying."
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm gonna
"Bro,
be
what is
playing
wrong with you?"
RuneScape.
Like,
Yeah, sounds like a Joe thing. Also loves playing Destiny.
yeah, no, it's just he was in his office, so.
For the people that don't know what Joe looks like, if you imagine
Oh,
think about your average 30-year-old guy that lives in his mom's basement,
Dude.
and literally just drinks Mountain Dew and eats Doritos all day, and that's not really an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure that's what he does. That's exactly what he looks like. Bald head.
I love Joe though.
The only
Joe's
thing
so
is
funny.
he's not chubby.
So funny.
He's hilarious. He's very
Joe's
skinny.
I think Joe's pretty shredded nowadays. He goes to the gym a lot.
He does.
but,
Yeah, he goes to the gym like every day.
I was gonna say, I don't really see Joe too often.
So this is what I was talking about.
What in the world am I looking at?
Except his had like 2 buttons. Yeah, this is the first experience I had at LVC Esports. I walked in. I was a high school student. I walked into the room.
How does that work?
This kid is literally on one of these things. You'll see it on the screen. It's probably gonna be at the bottom left or something. Cover up my face or something like that.
wow.
And it just like has this. It has like the joystick and like a couple buttons. It didn't have this many, but yeah, you just like I don't know what type of cable it has, but you just jam it into the PC or whatever you're using.
It's probably a USB. If
And
that's
then
it.
you just play it like it's an arcade machine.
That's
It's
wild. Can I have a request? Do you have Joe on Instagram?
Can you
I
please
don't
put a
have
picture?
If I hold my hands right here, can you put just I'll get you the picture I'm thinking of. Yeah, we'll hold it together. There's some cool
I can
pictures.
do
There's
that.
quality pictures of
He's
Joe.
right here. We're talking
Right
like
here.
2013.
Oh.
Let me get
You-
you it
you
right
can
now. I'll
find
show
it.
you it right now, but you can keep talking until I find it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can ask me a question. I'll cover some time here.
So you obviously, like I said, came on as a walk-on. So like so did you like get into esports before that, or?
So like obviously I played video games a lot growing up, and.
I gave you this.
Oh no!
I don't want to roll away from the interview like that, but I cannot believe that's a real picture of Jeff.
Joe didn't think
On
about
his
it.
Instagram too. That's even
Still there. He
Okay.
hasn't deleted it.
Yeah, he knows about it.
Well, I'm screenshotting it, so I have
Yeah,
it.
good.
So, but yeah,
Put it in
so
our hands.
obviously I used to play Rocket League when I was back in high school. My friend got me into the game. Never really cared about the game. Didn't really care about it when I came to the school either. But it was just one of the
Still
games.
don't.
I still don't. It was
It
just
sucks
it was
ass.
one of the games that I was decent at, and I heard that the school offered it, so I was like, sure, I'd like to join the esports team, and decided to play it. At the time, I was more into COD than I was Rocket League, but then obviously as my time came here, and as I started playing Rocket League a lot more, I kind of been mainly focusing on that, and I feel like it's definitely helped me improve a lot at the game. I still suck,
I
but
still suck.
peaked top 2,500 in the world in threes
I think I was number 36.
at the beginning of a season.
That's still the same thing.
He was like the first guy to play a ranked match.
Mid to end of season, the highest I got was 600 something.
You do have the highest peak MMR here on the team. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So
Game off SSL. Team?
I was technically in SSL range 1861, so
Yeah.
if you get to a rank, you can lose 15 MMR below
Yeah,
the threshold.
1875 is where you
fail-safe.
have to hit the
1860 is the
reach
cutoff to go back to GC3. I was 1861. So,
So
tech,
he was technically over the
that's-
threshold,
that's the
but
same.
never got that nice white symbol at the bottom.
I have a white tag from a tournament, but it's a tournament. It's not real.
Tournament tags don't matter.
Yeah, they suck.
So I just asked Dylan that. How did you get into esports, Mason? I know you've been in it much longer than most of us. Probably longer than me as well.
Yeah.
I want to hear a little bit about Call of Duty days, man.
That's where it's going to start.
Yeah.
Started when I was probably 14. I was 14 on, when year Black Ops 3 come out?
16.
16, so I was 15. So I've been 13. I started really grinding Call of Duty. And I was much better at Call of Duty at my peak than I am at Rocket League. I suck. But I'm just good enough to get by. And yeah, Call of Duty was sick. We were pretty good. Advanced Warfare, I really started getting good. Playing 8s, GBs, and stuff like that. Come Black Ops 3 time, I was a freak. Played a lot of wagers. What I would do is walk down to Rite Aid because I couldn't drive.
So Rite Aid.
And there's a Rite Aid near my house, and I'd go. This is the closest thing to walk to. Okay, and I'd go buy these preloaded gift cards, the Visa cards, and I'd put it on my UMG account and just wager them away. And I made money. Then I'd just put up a high wager or something. Like usually the bet was a buck or something like that. And then we did the high ones and we lost to pros. But yeah, come Infinite Warfare. After Black Ops 3 successful season, I was really good. I got on a really good team, and I'd say probably challenger level. That's what it's called now? Challenger?
Yeah, it's called Challengers now.
I don't even think it was called anything.
It
was
have
different.
A
There was no
name.
name. You just said AM. Yes,
AM.
AM. That's what it is. It was an AM team. Took down some big names in tournaments. Blah blah blah. I was only 16 though, so that sucks.
Yeah.
18 for Call of Duty.
Yeah, you have to be 18 to compete in COD.
Just want to give a little shout out here. If you're ever interested and want to see a couple videos about this, if you go on Mason Garza on YouTube,
I don't have any good ones up.
you can see some interesting videos of him talking about his Call of Duty days.
Yeah,
I feel like you need to check
watch
it out.
that. My God, I have a vlog up, which is pretty cool from the Call of Duty tournament. We were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I just played with my friends from home, and they were dog shit. But yeah, we were in talks with an org, my team, get a contract, and then they were like, "How old are you guys?" And I'm like, three of us were under 18. The one kid wasn't. He was like 22. But yeah, after that, and between these GB matches, if we would lose, which is pretty uncommon, we actually won most of the time. Not to brag, but we just did because GBs are easy. GBs are a bunch of weird children who are not good.
Yes, yeah.
But if we would lose, I'd go get on Rocket League and play it because I saw. You don't know who Kronovi is, do you?
No, I do not.
Kronovi's the Rocket League GOAT. He'd be on the Mount Rushmore of the game. He's just the original, not the creator, but the original best player of all time. And I saw him on YouTube, and I was like, this game looks so fun. Like, I definitely want to go in the sky and hit the ball. So I got PS4, tried it out, and I was terrible. But I kept coming back. And then eventually, when we couldn't get signed to an org for Call of Duty, I gave up on it. Wish I would have done that, dude. I'd been much better. I suck now.
You probably won't even be in this chair, by the way.
No, man. I'd be in California living in a house. Being on LA Thieves or something.
Nate shot.
That would be good enough. But, yeah. Rocket League got pretty good. Eventually got to like mid-champ level, and then time to go to school. And, LVC was offering esports in the area. The real reason I came to this school is not esports, major, nothing.
No.
Girlfriend at the time was the closest school to her. I'm not going to lie. I hope my parents don't see this. But, yeah, essentially just that. And then joined the esports team, and the rest is history. I hate Rocket League.
Home story. I actually have a quote from you, Mason. This is
no!
This could be real bad.
This could get me in
No, this
jail.
is-
I was gonna say this could be anywhere from like jail time level to like the funniest comment you could ever
No,
hear. So.
it's somewhere in the middle, but it wouldn't put him in jail. It's from September 21st, 2022, so just a few months ago.
Oh, no.
I forget the exact conversation it comes from, but it was like how you got your start in Call of Duty. No, 2001, which is actually worse. I was 9 years old when Black Ops 1 came out. 4th grade. My father knowingly put a 4th grader in a public match TDM and gave me the mic. To this day, and this isn't even a joke, I believe that was the single-handed best parenting decision he ever made.
I believe that. Dude, that's tough.
To this day, do you believe that?
I believe it. Like, you can ask anybody, you cannot make me angry. Like, you can't get under my skin, and that's why. They'd put me in Call of Duty matches, and my dad would be like, here's the mic, and I'd fry these people. When I was a toddler, pretty much, and I'd just fry people, and they'd call me obscenities, words that I can't really speak.
Not
right
here.
now.
People in Call of Duty would say some outlandish
A
comments.
little bit of
and-
outlandish, a little
Only
outlandish,
slightly outlandish.
wild cowboy comments, and I started throwing them back eventually at like age 10, of course, not at 9, but I started throwing them back. Then I wasn't allowed on the mic for a little bit because I misbehaved, and I started using the good ones, but I was bad. But yeah, no, that's true. My dad,
Dead-ass
we got a PS3 from my dad's friend, and Black Ops 1 was the game that came with it, and because they threw it out, my dad fixed it, and we actually didn't even play public matches for 4 months. We played
You just played like
combat.
customs.
We played combat training on Array
Array.
because it was the standard map, and we just kept playing it and
okay.
playing it for 4 months. And I was like, well, how do we get in the same lobby as all these people all the time? He's like, I don't know, luck.
Luck.
Then eventually, I'm like, what is public match?
And that's where it all started.
Yeah, man.
So it all went downhill.
Dylan, how did that sort of thing happen for you? I'd imagine it's not as colorful as Mason's story, but I'd imagine it's still.
Yeah, I mean,
One
mine
worth
really
sharing.
wasn't like influenced by my parents, so I didn't really start playing online. I think I started when I was 11. Hence the reason why my old gamer tag used to be Destructor1111. I started playing in November of 2011. That's when I made my first ever account. And this is when I finally started to play online. At the time, I had both PlayStation and Xbox, but for Xbox, at the time, Xbox 360 had to pay. Where PlayStation 3 was free.
Painful.
PlayStation
Play
3
online.
better.
Yeah,
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 better.
Better.
So, obviously, I started playing on PlayStation 3 at the time. Like I said, I played a lot of Call of Duty when I was younger, and started playing some games, and kind of like with Mason, just kind of going into a public match, and you hear a lot of fellas saying some interesting.
vivid
A few
phrases.
flagrant words that we thrown at you.
When I said outlandish, people would go into like very specific details about things,
Dude.
and some wild
Some heinous
comments.
words that would get
And
me
I
put in
just-
prison today.
I would just sit there, and my eyes would get wide, and I'd be like, "What did he say?"
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
'Cause at the time, I'm like, I don't know what this means. I was just, like I said, I'm 11. I'm like, most of the time, like, yeah, I may know what the curse words mean, but they would say some other,
Some new ones.
some new terminology that I didn't know before.
The 30-second tangents and stuff would just be, you'd sit there and you'd take it, you'd learn exactly what they said, and then you use it on somebody else.
you just reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right. So, do you guys have any specific stories you would like to tell from this? It could be from this school as a whole, this program.
Want to talk about the Iowa trip, Mason?
Let's talk about the Iowa trip.
Go ahead. You want
So,
to
one of you two talk about the
We
Iowa
went on
trip.
a LAN trip, meaning localized area network.
Local area network.
Yeah, local area network, correct.
Meaning that you just play in person. Because we play our matches online for those who wouldn't know, but nobody who watches this wouldn't know. But yeah, we went to a LAN in Iowa because LANs weren't too prominent in 2021. You know,
Yeah,
COVID's
it was the fall 2021. Yeah.
COVID's still being a little zesty out there, so we decide, you know what? I find this tournament. I'm like, hey Jordan, can we go to this? He's like, how far is it? I'm like, I don't know, probably like 6 hours. 12-hour drive there. We'll get to the way back.
We'll get to the drive back after we talk
Yeah,
about it.
October of 21, I guess that would have been.
About
Me,
1 o'clock in the
Dylan,
morning on Friday.
Dr. Keelholes, and Bryson Geige. Yeah, we drove out. We left, Friday at 1 a.m.
But before we left, we decided to go to Sheets, and we stopped there for about 45 minutes.
No, it was like an hour and a half.
Was it an hour and a half?
We were
Oh.
sitting there forever.
We sat in the Sheets parking lot for a long time.
You just sat in the parking lot?
Yeah, well, we got
We
food.
went and got food and
Then
stuff
we
like
were
that,
on
and then we just sat in the
phones.
parking lot and we just
Then
sat
we're
there for a while.
Yeah.
And then we decided to leave, obviously, and I got to drive with all these fine gentlemen in the back, well, one in the front seat and two in the back, sleeping throughout 90% of the travels. So I was by myself listening.
I slept for a little bit. Bryson slept 90% of the time. I don't even know.
Matthew Keelholes said that he cannot sleep in a car because he would get sick, and this man I think might have slept more than Bryson.
2 hours in, he literally said, because I was in the back seat, he said, literally, can you move up front because I need to go to bed? And I'm like, he also couldn't sit in the back of the car. He had to sit in the front or he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he wanted to send the back of the car to sleep. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It was interesting. But anyways, so I'd say about halfway through the trip after we got through Ohio. Is that Indiana? That's on the other side of that.
PA, Ohio, Indiana,
Yes.
Illinois, Iowa. Yeah,
So in Indiana, we made a quick pit stop at a nice little breakfast place in the,
Oh, the
middle, in the
diner.
middle of nowhere.
That was good.
It was actually really good
diner.
breakfast food. It was just a small little diner. Like
Do you remember the name of it?
No.
I have a picture of it on my phone. I could honestly find it, but I'll worry about that later.
Shout out to them if you're ever in the area.
Yeah, if you're ever directly on the other side of in between Ohio and Indiana, right as soon as you cross the border, there's an exit about 9 miles away from the border of Ohio into Indiana.
I'll make sure we get the name of that.
You make a right, and it's pretty much directly off the highway. A couple back roads, you end up in a little small town, and ta-da, you're there. Restaurant very good, love the people. But yeah, so we got there, got breakfast, whatever, got back on the road.
What campus was that? There's a college in
Yeah,
there.
their esports room for that.
Listen, Dave, you gotta step it up. Their esports room was wild. It was.
It was one of
the college in Iowa.
No,
we didn't go to a
Indiana.
college. We went to a casino.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, we'll get there. But anyways, I'm gonna say we could pretty much skip there. So we got to Iowa, continued the rest of the drive. Really no issues. Yeah, I was gonna say stopped like 4 times to fill up for gas. Gas at the time was not very cheap.
Gas, that was only like $4.80 or something.
Yeah, it was
wild.
insane.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, and the IT Esports program for paying for everything for that trip.
Sorry we didn't win you any money to bring back home.
Well, we haven't won money ever, so it's
Well,
okay.
get ready for next weekend when Rocket League goes down to Virginia and smokes some
Yeah,
babies
that
up.
drive's gonna be a little bit better. But yeah, so got to Iowa, got to the hotel. Really nice hotel, actually. I was
Very nice.
I was quite happy
hotel.
with the
Oh,
hotel that
man.
we had.
Great hotel.
Great times, great experiences in the pool and stuff like that. But yeah, so then the next day,
Hot tub.
the hot tub.
We had 4 grown men in the hot tub, which, that's a little wild.
That's
that was a little wild.
Interesting.
Imagine
choice.
like
No pictures allowed, you know what I mean?
Imagine
Oh,
like
yeah, I know.
an indoor pool area where you have that tiny little like sauna hot tub thing in the corner. All 4 of us
dude,
in there.
that
Yeah.
thing is like 2 cubic feet.
And Jordan wouldn't go with us to Iowa,
Yeah, he was busy.
but he wants to come with to Virginia because he knows there is a tennis court there. So
That is the only reason. He's not even going to the
Literally,
tournament
when-
with us.
when I
He's
talked to-
gonna
when I
go-
So I have to be your coach that day?
when I talked to him about
Probably.
this, land.
He's
The
probably
first
shaky.
thing he looked up was to see if there was a tennis court nearby. He goes, "Oh, there's a tennis court right by the campus. Yeah, sure, I'll go." That's exactly what he said.
Unbelievable.
I actually have a
See how
picture, by the
loyal he
way,
is to us?
from this land. This is on the LVC Esports Instagram. I'll throw this
Wow.
one on the screen for you guys. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
that's it.
It's an interesting picture.
River City Casino, is that it?
I
Yeah.
don't know,
Wait.
it's not. They didn't paint.
It was
for
River
some
City.
reason.
Yeah, but he still has his casino card.
Yeah, since I was 21 at the time I went to the casino. It was called the Elite Casino Resorts, Rhythm City Casino.
Rhythm City, that's it.
Rhythm City Casino Resorts. Here's my card. Because I wasted $200 while I was there.
Didn't win nothing.
Unfortunately, the school did not reimburse me for that.
Yeah,
They should have.
Lost money on their watch.
So how was the event itself? Like the setup, all
Terrible.
that sort of thing?
Like honestly,
what-
you couldn't get worse.
I was gonna say one of the most poorly run experiences there.
Yeah,
The computers also were awful to play on. I felt like you had like a 2-second input lag delay.
You had to we were like playing.
You would try to jump for the ball and
champion
you just could not hit it. Like the teams that we played, we should have rolled, but we could not play on the PCs.
The team we lost to in semifinals, if we played them on a home setup, it would have been 10-0 every game. Like they were. I don't even think they were grand.
It's like post-university type.
Yeah.
Mason, how about the game? How about the team that we played during like the beginning?
Those poor guys, man.
We played a team that was probably like silvers and gold.
Harold, you could 1v3
They
these guys.
traveled to the land.
I think
Two teams.
Yeah, they had 2 teams.
We played their A team, and you could have 1v3.
Their
them.
A team.
Their
Was
B team didn't
so-
score a goal the whole tournament.
So
That's hard to do.
Game 1, we scored what was it, 8 or 9 goals in a minute and 15 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
Why did they
They
go?
were that bad.
Were
They
they
couldn't
at
hit the
least,
ball.
Were they at least from the area?
I'm pretty sure most of the teams were from the area.
Yeah.
I
They
was
made the
gonna
comment
say- I
on the
was gonna
street.
say,
They were
bro,
like,
last-
"These guys traveled from Pennsylvania to come to this."
It was like 1,200 miles or something like that we drove.
I was gonna say,
It was
bro,
crazy.
bless their souls if they came from anywhere that wasn't in
Yeah,
Iowa.
I'm pretty sure they were relatively close to the area.
Very.
But yeah, we kind of trolled them a little bit. Midstream, we would just stop. I think Bryson stopped mid-game to eat a snack.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
Bryson also spilled his soda on their setup.
Yeah.
Bryson.
Well, yeah, because Bryce, he's already done this since. Like he just doesn't learn. He puts.
He literally just spilled sugar on his keyboard.
He put this is going on the video
The
too.
picture-
That
the
picture
picture
of
of
him
his
spilling the
keyboard.
sugar.
I don't know how he did that. I don't know how you managed to spill that much sugar like on your
It
keyboard.
literally looked like you had to take the entire thing,
Entire bag.
flip it upside down,
Yeah.
and just shake it all out.
Who
There
doesn't
was
buy
nothing
sugar
left in the bag.
packets? Who doesn't buy sugar packets? By the way, who does not buy sugar packets? Like,
Well,
buy
you know, we were
packets.
we were doing an experiment. So that's we're not.
Yeah,
gonna go into
clearly.
that.
How sticky can you get your keyboard when you have sugar on it?
No, but he would put
ridiculous.
Coke in these water bottles, and you know, carbonation, it's pressurized. You know, when you open
Yeah.
Coke, whatever. He'd open up his water bottle and it just explode. So we're in the middle of a game, and he tries to take a drink in the middle of the game, and I just get destroyed with Coke all
So
over
we
my
all get hit
face.
with it.
Destroyed with Coke all over your face. I don't know if you want that out of
That's
context.
zesty, but don't quote me on that. But no, we walked into the casino and it was really nice looking.
Yeah, it was all set up really
Everything
nice,
looked
but-
nice. There's a lot of people there. The stage looked cool, but we start playing, realize these PCs are trash. We had to bring all of our own stuff too, other than PCs, keyboards, headsets,
Jeez.
mouse, which was kind of
That's
strenuous.
insane.
It was a little strenuous, carrying it all around in a big duffel bag. But yeah, like PCs sucked. You know, we're warming up 5 minutes. The casino can't handle the power surge, so half the PCs die. This happened.
The
Maybe
tournament,
10
I was saying,
times.
the tournament was run very poorly.
Yeah, it had to be last minute.
Yeah.
So, how was the drive back from this land? I know we've talked about it before.
Well, so you know how we said it was about a 12-hour drive there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 12 hours back, we were just entering Ohio.
It took 17
What?
hours. We
It
left
took
at-
18.
What-
It took 18.
What happened
Did it?
in that drive?
We drove home
Oh my
in
God.
hurricane-like weathers.
That's where
There was a
bad
really bad thunderstorm. And I say bad, I mean awful. And keep in mind, it is nighttime on the highway. There are no lights or anything around. My car headlights are
In the
not very
Midwest?
good. Yeah, in the
Oh,
Midwest.
man.
It was pitch black. 70-mile-per-hour highway. I had these tractor trailers flying past me on these roads because every time I would pick up to about 65, my car would start sliding and shaking, and I was fearing for my life trying to drive. We listened to Danger Zone
Like Kenny Loggins.
by Kenny Loggins for about 5 hours of the trip home.
Uh-huh.
And we listened to Gangnam Style for about an hour or two as well.
Yeah. No, wait. We got back at 9 a.m., correct?
Yeah, it was right around 9 a.m.
That's a 20-hour drive.
Because
We left at 1. We left at 1 o'clock. On 1 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, got back 9 a.m. Monday.
Counting the
That's
time zone change.
Oh yeah, because you were
that'd be
in
19
Central,
then?
right? Central Mountain.
Yeah.
something like that.
19. I don't know. It's too much work to do.
Regardless, it was a very long
Many hours.
drive back. We would drive for like an hour, hour and a half, and then just stop again for an hour because like it was that bad. Like I couldn't see it. I have a picture on my phone of me in Ohio rest stop My eyes are bloodshot red. It is 2 in the morning, and I could not drive. And I made one of the worst decisions of my life, and I passed my car off to Matthew Keelholes, and I let him drive us back into PA. And then I picked us back up a little bit after Pittsburgh. This man I thought was going to kill us multiple times. He was in the middle of the rainstorm, on his phone, texting and driving, going about 90, almost drove us into a semi a few times, almost hit a wall back going into PA near Pittsburgh. I was like, listen, dude, I will drive the rest of the way home.
This cat was always preaching how good he was at driving, too.
Yeah.
Never again. Never again.
I also got some unfortunate news on the way home from that tournament.
That's right.
Yeah. On my way home, my mom called me and told me that one of my friends from back at home, he was in a house fire and passed away. I got that news on my way home. So obviously I'm already like dead tired, and that obviously that kind of news just out of nowhere, I was like dead the rest of the way home. Like I really didn't want to talk and say anything.
You know what sucked? I think probably total on the way home, everybody probably bought $100 worth of scratchers.
Yeah, we stopped.
We bought scratchers. I didn't win a single thing. I probably bought like $40-$50.
Whenever we stopped in different states, we would just buy some scratch-off tickets.
Yeah, but you realize you would have had to stop in that state to like.
We're already at the gas station, Harold. You can just redeem them there.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
God.
Yeah, we didn't have any money.
Alright, well, 2 more things for you guys. So the first, obviously you have another land coming up that will hopefully be better than the Iowa one, the King of Prussia land.
There's some decent teams.
2 lands, sorry, because you have the Virginia Beach one, and then next weekend. And then you have King of Prussia in April.
That's free.
Expectations, thoughts?
King of Prussia, what's that for?
Appellation.
What's that? Is
That's like the Arcadia, Alverny, Messiah.
Is it a tournament?
Yeah. Isn't it just going to be top 4?
It's top 4.
Is this the MAC League?
Yes, MAC.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're pretty much already secured for, not first.
I need to remind myself, bleep out saying MAC, because I can actually get into a lot of trouble for that. So I need to make sure I bleep that out. But yes, that.
MAC.
You're going to make me do so much work.
Mac.
No, King of Prussia, we're hoping to get at least top 4.
You guys have already guaranteed top 4.
We're looking for top 7. We're looking for top 17 in this Virginia trip.
Yeah, Virginia Beach could be bad.
There's
17.
There's 17 teams, but there's some good teams there.
There's some juggies.
New Haven's there.
Stockton's
King
there,
Tornadoes.
Stockton's not there. Stockton's there. We just canceled.
The GMU Patriots are there. They're okay.
GMU's really good. They have Krasix. You're on meth.
There's a couple actually really good teams that are going to be at this line, so it'll be actually a good experience. But if we want to
she's going to be angry.
I know she's been calling me this entire time. I was supposed to go on a date at 11 o'clock to J&S.
Wait, why did you?
I forgot when I said about it. That's why I said 9:30, and then you said 10:30, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then after I already agreed to, I was like, wait, crap.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate, but I only have one more thing for you guys, and then you can go and whoever your dates can yell at me for this one. I already apologize, but so anything else you guys have to say before we close things out? Just like whatever. You guys are gonna be graduated by the time this airs, so nothing insanely ridiculous. But like, if you have any words, feel free to throw them out that are not gonna get me like canceled, because this affects me more than you do.
I don't know. What do you have to say?
Honestly, I really don't have too much to say. I mean, a lot of great experiences. Like we said, Iowa. Made some decent friends, I'd say. Sort of friends. We'll go with that.
Smash team.
Just on the team itself. We kind of grown a lot closer since we first came to the school.
Love the undying support as always, everybody.
We do appreciate it. We got to shout out Mappa.
Shout out to Mappa.
Shout out to Mappa. Gotta love them. Our best supporters. Mappa plus Bryce Souls.
Yeah, I guess it'd be Mapap.
Mapap.
Mapap. That's what it's called now.
Mapab.
Mapap.
Mapap.
No, because...
Well, we have to include Bryce.
Mapabum.
Mapabum? Alright, we'll go with that. We'll just shout out everybody in that group. We love you, appreciate the support. Our number 1 fans. We also, what's Jordan's mom's name?
Betty!
Yeah, Betty! Gotta love Betty.
Betty is...
Nice!
Nice! Betty.
Well,
I love Betty.
That'll close things out. Thank you guys for
Shout out to
joining
Joe.
me. Joe, yeah.
Joe D'Angelo. Best head coach LVC history.
Well, we've only had 2.
You heard me, Elliot. Joe's the best we ever had.
Shout out Chalky Milk and Cashiana.
Chalky.
2 of the best pumped in this
Chalky.
program.
Book 16, the GOAT. We also got training. Is that his
Yeah, be
I
training.
think
It would be
so,
training.
yeah.
The goats.
The goats.
Much better. Than
More reliable, Tyre Diggs.
Yeah, get well soon.
And I think he already is better, but
I thought
he's made a lot of improvements since.
He can walk.
Yeah, he can walk.
Good.
He's been doing well.
Good to hear. Shout out to Foxton, Keyshawn.
Miss Keyshawn.
I miss Keyshawn too.
I miss Cowden, Alex Cowden. That's Foxton. Goat.
Took over from me during my leave of absence from the
Me, him,
school.
and Key were wild. Me and Alex would drive around, do all kinds of good stuff, and we'd kind of have to guess. You know, the game. Where's Keyshawn?
It's like where's Waldo, but with Keyshawn on the Rocket League field. It's not a very big field, but seats don't.
Sometimes you can lose people. Yeah. Thank you guys though for coming on. This has been a really fun one. So excited to watch this back and bleep out like a solid 3.5 minutes because you guys want to just scream Mac over and over again. But I appreciate you guys coming in.
Can I give you one more thing to bleep out? Okay.
I'll bleep out one word of that. So the rest of it, I'll keep it in. They'll have to guess.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good luck in whatever you guys do in the future as well.